To observe, analyze, and process information because of all the shit that comes at you on this. As far as watching the news. Uh, Look, guys. When you have certain cases, they bring up a lot of videos for me to watch. Mom stayed silent. This, yeah. Like the Cinderella story and things like that. Where people become jealous. I've experienced things like that in my own life. Where people are taught to compare and compete, and they become jealous of their own children. Okay. And that's why it's very important not to have competitive conditions, okay, where you're comparing yourself to other people and you have to compete for what you need to sustain your family. Okay, do you understand? It's very important not to put people in this type of because it breeds contempt, it breeds jealousy. It's a horrible thing to do to one another, to where you have to compare and compete emotionally, psychologically, sexually. Like I told you in the service, the black women would hit on me, and then they would all talk about, like nasty girls from, what was the name of her? The one that passed away. So Prince, Vanity. I would say have maybe 7 inches or more. Wake me when you're done, right? And the girls would all say, I said, well, we ain't going to hook up because I can't fill your order. And they would still keep hitting on me. And I'm like, I don't understand. You can't be honest, and then they won't just leave you alone, right? Well, I didn't have those kind of, quote, requirements. I had things that I found attractive, okay? But I wasn't, Law had a tiny butt, tiny. She was like Halle Berry, okay? She's tiny, but she was pretty. And she was nice to me, and then she opened up, and then we had a good relationship. Law, and Raquel was like Earl Fitzgerald, boom, badow, full figured and stuff. And so it just depended on, you're not being shallow. My friends used to give me a hard time. Rock, you pity the fool that messed with my early, because she was a bigger girl than I was. I was 145 pounds, and she was a bigger girl. And I used to always have to, man, you just, yeah. I just want to spread the news. Boom, 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 boom. I liked being with her. And, your friends, guys will say and do stupid things, and you have to just, she'd get mad at me. It's like, what can I say? What can I do? I can just tell them they're idiots and they're stupid. And guys do this kind of stuff all the time. They see a contrast and they will say stupid things. I'm not that type of person. But I'm a very deep, respectful, empathetic, intelligent human being. And I'm not shallow and stupid, and I don't compare myself to other people. I just look at people, and I remember one time when me and Dad were working in San Diego in '84 during the Olympics. I sat there and I loved California because I was outside this convenience store where I bought this Jet magazine with Janet Jackson on the cover. And I got and came out, and I saw this woman come out in a business suit, an attractive blonde, and then this attractive white male come out in a business suit thing. I thought they were coming to the same car. And no, he went into his sports car and drove off, and Polynesian man comes out in Birkenstocks type sandals and some baggy camo shorts and a thing, and like he comes up, opens the door, and lets white lady in the car, and they drive off together. It was in a station wagon, old station wagon. I'm like, I love California. I was like, only in Cali would you see that, where you think, okay, that's a power couple together, and no, she's with the Polynesian guy in an old green station wagon, 1970 station wagon, and it was the coolest thing. They were together. He came up, kissed her. I'm like, I love Cali. That's what I love about California. So it's like, look at that. There's this blonde power couple ladies with this, Samoan guy that looks like he spends most of his time probably surfing. That's why he had the station wagon for his board. I was like, excellent, yeah. Coastal people, man. And it was pretty funny. But you'll see that in certain climates and environments where people are less tribal, secular, and judgmental. And that's what I loved about California. And I'm sure that will still survive. And I'm sure that that type of thought process, like Kroll, thank God I'm a country boy, gets down some serious grindage, right? And so, I'm sure that kind of, buff the wood, just groove with her, dance with her, so I'm sure that kind of open-minded understanding of different people and different culture and stuff like that will prevail because of our mass communications and our capacity to understand each other better. But we need respect and we need values. And we need to hold to those values and respect those values. But people that think that they have those values when they're using debt and trespass are completely devoid of those values. Debt and trespass is competition and comparison and delusions of human authority and power, and it's absolutely corrupts everybody who absolutely thinks they're powerful from it, which was absolute insanity. And here I got all these people that, since they took me to Sierra Vista and had everybody come talk to me and challenge me, they've done everything I've asked them not to do. And they've completely ignored everything that I've earned the capacity to command them to do. Okay. And so I don't consider myself powerful. I know I'm right and they're wrong. I know I'm good. I know they're bad. I know I'm truthful and I know they lie. They try to make it look like they don't lie. It's like the whole thing of LG, the truth is in plain view, but my boy LG and his rap, they avoid it like cancer. They think they can Rockefeller told me this, said these people think they can get away with anything and everything. And the way Parsons is Parsons does the right thing because of how it makes him feel and how it makes others feel. Not because he's worried about getting caught and not because he feels slick to get away with stuff. He doesn't like to be abused. He doesn't abuse people. If he feels like he's done something wrong, he feels terrible. His wife, Stephanie did that to me all the time. Amy did it to me too. And then I had that one black gentleman from Atlantic City sit there and tell me about, because he talked over his wife. Well, you did do this. It's like, what? You guys are watching my bedroom. You're watching my wife sleep next to me naked for a month to see if I'll try to, go for it, so see if she can still manipulate me with it. And I kept telling her, you're laying there naked next to me. I thought you're supposed to be all in love with Georgiev. If you're in love with Georgiev, why don't you cover up when you're sleeping next to me in bed and sleep naked to me every next day, wake up, It was frustrating. And then that guy discussed his life. Well, what you did was wrong. It's like, it's not wrong with her cheating on me and having another guy's child that I make sure is born healthy and take care of, and then her having cyber sex with Georgiev, and then sleeping next to me every day naked to see if I'm still attracted to her. You guys don't find anything wrong with that? You've been working in fucking military intel for how long has this been? You have no right to be in my house. You have no right to judge me. And you have no right to judge what I've gone through and what I've been through. Okay. My whole intimate life, my whole romantic life has been manipulated and abused and judged by the worst, jealous piles of shit in the history of the world. Okay. And if you don't comprehend it, I have to explain it to people. I have to break it down to the most minute detail. I don't want to hear that. Yes, you do. Why? Because you fucking vote for president. You have your money and you put it into satellite surveillance, keeping your banking safe. You are full of shit. Okay, and then all these people, I want to hear what's in the Epstein files. I want to see who's in there. I want to hear that. No, you want to go home, live the Lord's Prayer. You want to get people out of your bedroom. You want to get out of people's bedrooms. You don't want to use money to make people feel powerful and manipulate people with money and sex. People, they knock me down. They're taking it. The still hot smoking gun. I guess the Room 16 ain't got no view, but the hot plate's brand new. I guess I showed her. I guess I showed her that a man has got his limits. Okay. Anybody else like Robert Cray? My mom was really into Robert Cray. She had a crush on him. What's my favorite? I like Strong Persuader. Smoking Gun. I like Too Many Cooks. That's from another album. Too many cooks is gonna spoil the stew. Too many cooks is gonna spoil. Because it's real bluesy, right? So, what was the other one? Ain't Nothing But a Woman. That's a good one, too. Ain't nothing but a woman. Nothing but a woman. Yeah, yeah. Ain't nothing but a woman. Look at her. So, but, yeah, y'all just do not realize just what a good person I am and what a bad person you are. And you can try to invent that person in your head that you see as Jesus Christ into a better person than me. And David Rockefeller set you up. It ain't gonna work. Okay? I always tell people that when I first got back. It was like, you better be able to walk on fucking water. You better be able to walk across some Lake Michigan in the middle of summertime. Okay? Be able to walk up to every dog that got run over in the street and raise it from the dead if you think you're a better person than me. They put me in really difficult, horrible conditions and Jesus help. And they're like, it's no fair. I didn't cheat on the chess. I've been this way for over 10,000 years. Okay, that's why you think it's fun being made into a god. You think it's fun having people read your life story and study you before you're even born. You think it's fun having self-righteous corporate genocidal hypocrites in your bedroom, in your bathroom, critiquing your puberty, critiquing everything you do, critiquing your thoughts, your behaviors. Oh, he's being bad. Because I find women attractive and I find them sexually desirable and I want to sexually procreate it. I want to do it in a private romantic manner, but I'm incapable of doing so because I have all the blue-headed people from Star Trek in my bedroom from before I was born. Ah! Right? Oh, look, it's the Green Lantern wackadoodles. The Guardians, we have faith in the Guardians. You can't have faith in cartoon characters that have a virtual presence in your house through debt and trespass. You can have faith in an omnipotent God and people that have faith in an omnipotent God and teach you to be a good person and then give you privacy because they've raised you to be a good person. Alrighty then, let's load this one up. Well, you need your ass kicked. Well, thanks for all the ladies that connected to me in prayer today, for helping me, see me in a better light and explain me better and go in there and kick all the assholes, the debt and trespass people's assholes in the ding-ding. And thanks for being kind enough to admit when you're wrong and that you want to do right. So thanks, ladies. All right, appreciate you. Let's load this one up. We'll see how long it takes old NASA to load this one. It'd be real nice if you could make it quick, show some maturity there.